on congruent living for seekers, for creators, looking for a joy-filled and fulfilling life. And I wonder what that could be if you're willing to step into commitment to you. That's what our theme is for October, whether it's Congruency Quickies or here on Ask Susan Sunday Live. We're going to be playing with commitment. So come on in with your questions and let me see what's popping for you. When I asked on Facebook, our Congruent Living Facebook, what does commitment mean to you? I got some really cool responses, and one of them was, well, I don't want to be limited to one thing. So we're going to be talking about that. Hey, Carrie, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Tessa, welcome, welcome. Yep, I just dove right in without even letting the algorithms kick in. Say hi, tell us where you're coming from. We have an international community here. If you're watching this later, hashtag replay, you know, I always check in. And if you're watching this on YouTube, press follow and ring the bell so you'll know when there's another Ask Susan popping in. We have 5 years of Ask Susan TVs on Ask Susan TV. Yeah, YouTube. Anyway, just kicking it out here. Hey, Becky, welcome, welcome. So one of the questions that somebody wrote to me today was from a new member, Stacy, and she said, worrying that I'm not living in the right script, right? Worrying that I might have outgrown relationships that no longer bring me true love, possibilities, too much of somebody else's experiences. So I love that. Thank you so much, Stacy. The thing is, if commitment is not about you committing, like being in prison to someone else's script of who you should be, what you should be, or how you should be. Commitment is that commitment to you. It's actually that space of ease, of joy, that we can gift ourselves if we're willing to be present with who we truly be, right? And that's what congruent living is all about. It's about living in harmony, living in that space of space that gifts you more of you, that connects you vibrationally to your inner being, to what the universe is here to provide you with, right? So we're going to be talking a little bit more on clarity, on being present as we go through the month. I'm so grateful for your question, is how do I live my life beyond someone else's script? So I might ask you, at what age did you commit yourself, your life, your living, your brilliance to someone else's point of view, right? Hey, Dorrit, how you doing? Now, chances are, you know, the Jesuits always say, give me your child from 0 to 7 and I'll have them for life, which means that between 0 and 7, we create this whole underflow, this whole subconscious terrain, if you'll call it, in which we've learned to survive by adapting and internalizing other people's lives, scripts, points of views, because these are the people that tell us they love us, and these are the people who supposedly feed us, you know, give us warmth, give us shelter. And we learn to put who we truly be on the back burner so that we get fed, so that we get quote unquote love, so that in their minds, right? So Teresa says, great question and answer. I needed to hear this today. Tessa said, thank you so much, Tessa. I know, it just works like that, right? You know, am I in the right ballpark here in terms of commitment? It's like everywhere, just go hashtag yes or yay or hearts or thumbs up. You know, want to know where we're in the right zone here. Because this is a question that, thank you so much, Stacy. This is a question that people have been writing a lot to me about, right? It's about being present, right, with what you're actually asking to commit to. And that's where, you know, where we're like, oh, this actually doesn't work for me. Could have worked for you before, right? But right now in this presence, in the presence of who you be, in living a congruent life, does it create more for me? Does holding on to this script create more for me? Right? That would be the question that I would ask. It's like, the thing is, when you know it's a script, like kudos for you, Stacy, for that awareness. A script is generally what somebody else writes for you to follow Or you could be writing it for yourself to follow. Like, you know, when you pop into somebody's Facebook and they're like this and they're kind of just following along with a script. Doesn't happen here on Congruent Living because this is not a dialogue or a monologue, it's a conversation, right? Muscan says, yes, age 3, enjoying this conversation. Cool, cool, cool. Thank you, Muscan. So, being committed to you, right? That's what this is all about, right? Especially now on the planet, in the dimensions that people are choosing to live in. Are you willing to go beyond what doesn't work for you? Right? Now you get a sense, okay, this is a script. This actually isn't my script, right? Because you are, as an infinite being, have the capacity to change every nanosecond, right? It's like, oh, tried that, worked for me, didn't work for me. Oh, well, right? So it's really the willingness to ask yourself, so is that creating what I'm asking to create, right? If it's a no, let it go, right? And please gift yourself the space, right? And when I say the space, it could be when you're meditating. It could be when you're walking in the woods, swimming in the ocean, whatever that is for you, in which you truly feel connected vibrationally to the space of space, to the quantum entanglements out there gifting you, to the energies of creation, right? I get that a lot when I'm cooking, right? It's one of the reasons why I walk every morning outside. When I'm not in tune with nature, with the gift of this planet, I'm not in tune with me. That's congruent living for me, and I'm committed to gifting myself that. And the reason why I say I'm committed to gifting myself that is we take it for granted, right? Yeah, check that off. Okay, exercise, check that off. Nurturing food, check that off, or check it off. No. Everything is actually a gift. Your awareness is a gift. If you are willing to acknowledge and be in gratitude for every choice you make, that's a commitment to you. Now, one of the things that I've been playing with this week, I'm so excited to share it with you, is thank you, right? I don't know, I was reading somewhere, somebody was talking about how it changed things for them. And it's not just the, oh yeah, thank you so much, here's the milk, thank you. It's more like, wow, thank you, sweater, right? For everything that you do and be, say thank you, right? And it's amazing how it opens your heart up to you, to the awareness of what you are creating, and the joy, the space of joy. Because here's my question for you. Dorit says, committed to myself. Yes, absolutely. Here's my question for you. Listen to the words that you say in your day, right? Are they creating greater for you? Are they opening up space, or do you go round and round and round? Are you committed to repeating what isn't working, right? As if that would solve something. Again, that's a who does that belong to? That's something that you were taught, that underlying stream that you don't actually have to swim in anymore, right? Are you committing to the energies of thank you? And it's just thank you. Thank you for this cup. Thank you for this tea, right? Thank you for this room. Thank you, right? See, you get a sense of the softness that creates in your world. So that's your home plate. Now, let's go on to the second question. And by the way, I love it when you write in, whether you write me on Facebook Messenger, whether you write me in reply to the emails that I send out every Saturday, whatever that is for you, I read everything. I'm so grateful for all of you. We are here together changing and shifting the possibilities of creating greater, right? Some call it a higher consciousness, some call it a higher energy, some call it a sixth dimension. Whatever that is for you, that's cool, right? We are multidimensional, infinite beings. And together, what can we shift and change? That the planet's asking for, that we're asking for. Yeah. Dorit says, space, yes. Hey, Namrata, welcome. So, actually, this one came from Dorit. Her thing is that I have to do something concerning working, but I desire to go with the flow. I actually do that and feel guilty not creating. Cool. And especially not fulfilling 3 to 4 creative and in fact, engaging self-made projects. So everywhere you're committed to judging you, right? I might ask, who does that belong to, right? That's this reality. That's this reality is like, at least commit, get it done, prove to me you've done it. You haven't committed. Well, what does commitment mean for you? It's not about somebody else's script, as Stacy asked about. It's not about what Dora's talking about, which is judging that you haven't finished 3 or 4 creative energies that you're playing with. Energies never stop. It's always there. You are building with every 10 seconds the foundation of what you are creating. Namrata, for me, commitment feels like not able to get my space and freedom. So I might ask you, Namrata, again, what does commitment mean to you? It's very important that you be with yourself with this question. You know? And it might take you a couple of days. It might take you a couple of years. It doesn't matter. Time isn't real. It might take you a nanosecond. I'm like, oh, damn, that's what commitment means to me. Or, oh, cool, that's what commitment means to me. So be that, as soon as you get a sense of what commitment is for you, then get a sense of the energy that creates in your world. Right? Does it create greater or lesser? Right? What energies are you playing with? You know, when I work with my clients in Congruent Living Coaching, we talk about what is your foundation. What are the energies of your foundation? Now, what is it you're asking to create? And are you willing to commit to the energies that create greater? Or are you more comfortable committing to the energies that keep you judging you, that keep you separate from you, right? Commitment to myself, to my creative capacities, and I'm already committed. Namrata says, all right. Yeah. And the thing is, commitment is, you know, it's like, oh, I'm committed to this. But are you committed to you? You know, there's so many things, I don't know about you, but there's so many things that have been changing for me. So many awarenesses have been popping for me that what used to bring me joy is not joyful anymore. It doesn't mean throwing it out. It means, what am I committed to here? What does bring me joy in what I am creating, and how I am creating, and who I am creating with? And go to the energies of that. That's the vibration that the universe is listening for. Yeah. Namrata says, same here. That's the vibrations that the universe is listening for. Are you willing to commit, you know, to what you say your foundation is? Muskan says, commitment means being with whatever I am committing to, even if it doesn't work. Yeah, commitment, 10 seconds, right? But there's a bigger place I'd like to play with you for this October. Yesterday, Ricky and I went for a walk late at night with Shiloh after dinner, and I had pressed the lock button on the front door when I took Shiloh out earlier in the day. I just didn't think about it when we went out. So when we came back at like 11:30 at night, the whole house was locked up. I don't travel with my phone all the time. I, thought, oh, I could sleep at my brother's house. I don't have a phone. I knocked on some people's doors, right? And finally at 11 o'clock, somebody opened their door and kindly invited me in, and we tried different avenues of how this could play out. We called the locksmith, and the locksmith came, wonderful guy. By 12 o'clock, we were cozy in our beds, right? With a new lock and keys that we actually did need. So with all of that, I kept saying to Ricky, oh, how do we get so lucky? We're in this amazing neighborhood, right? How do we get so lucky? We have the full moon is here to play with us, right? I'm committed to being grateful and appreciating where I am in that 10 seconds, in that 10 years, in that 100,000 years. That's my commitment to me, right? Hey, Parita. So when I say I'd like to expand out on this, yes, I'm so grateful for the tea. Thank you, whoever created this tea for me, who picked the tea leaves. And I'm also in total loving allowance of being present with what does show up, what it is that I'm creating. And my commitment is to not make any of it significant, right? Because that would be a vibration that I'm not interested in playing with. Let me know. It's okay. I need some hearts or thumbs up. Have I gone way off, or are we okay with all of this? I need to see. I need some feedback, everybody. Dorit, find it as a problem that I don't get my creative project out there because I lose interest finishing before something else is interesting. Well, are you a creator, Dorit? Right? Is there a rule book? Is there a script that says you have to finish everything you start? Like, who did you buy that from? What if the juice and joy for you, for me, the juice is in the creativity. It's in like, oh yeah, that's why I have all these sticky notes all over the place now. It's like it's a new way that I'm playing, right? With, oh, here's a thought, here's a creation, here's a thought, here's a creation. I'll ask it to show me when the time is, right? It's a willingness to be out of significance, right? Because the truth is, when we're like on fire, right? Nothing stops us. What have you decided that you have to be or do? That isn't what you came here to be or do, right? I know that part of my commitment is to offer people a different way of being in this world, right? That's who I came here to be and do. So if I'm willing to be that, I don't have to finish anything. I know that, you know, when people come to me for clarity, it's starting where they are, right? And what they want to create and how they want to create. That's you know, that's one of my amazing capacities is that creative capacity, that juice, that the lasering in on what's possible, right? It's not about going to the end zone of what they have to create or where they have to create it by. Is this making sense? Thank you, Gloria. Namarata says, oh, wow. Dorit says, yes. Yep. It's, again, you know, when I work with people in congruent living coaching, it's really about what is your foundation, right? And with no judgment. And that's where we start to play from. Namarata says, I get bored when there's no creative energy. So I might ask you, are you committed to being bored? Right? There's a polarity there. Creative, not creative. Right? Can you imagine if you go out to the forest and say to a tree, are you being creative today? You dropped your leaves. Over here, the tree would say, I'm actually nurturing myself and getting ready for winter. Right? We're always creating. Right? You know, what point of view do you have about committing to boredom that is keeping you from committing to you? That would be my question. Oh, big smile from Dorit. The word boredom is an action or a reaction. Are you willing to gift yourself the space of, you know, as we talked about earlier, of quiet, of stillness, of being present with you and what you're asking to create? Right? When we go to boredom, we've already judged our capacities. So are you committed to judging your capacities before you even begin? That would be my question for you. Yeah. Well, if there are no more questions, nothing popping for people, I'm going to invite you to join me on, as I take a sip of tea. Pardon me. I'm going to ask you to join me for Congruency Quickies on my personal page, Susan Lazar Hart, every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this Wednesday we're going to be talking about clarity or conditioning, right? What is commitment for you? Is it clarity or is it conditioning? It's a way that we actually play. Namarata, yes, I require that space and love it. Cool. So I would ask you, what does loving commitment mean to you? That would be my question. That would be my question. Yeah, Dorit. I have an idea that I have to clear all this stuff and clutter in the house before doing creative projects. you know what, Dorit? Again, if it works for you, great. If it's not, if it doesn't bring you joy, ask yourself, who am I being here? Right? I know for myself, clearing things out gives me the space to create greater. Right? And sometimes all the time, I just create more. You know, somebody once said, oh, now that I see your bulletin board, I get your car. Because my car has all kinds of elastic bands and notes and stuff all over the place. Whatever works for you, right? So when you say, I have an idea, stop right there. Are you committed to ideas? Or are you committed to creation? Oh, that's another congruency quickie topic. Thank you. I'm going to write that one down. Thank you. Cool, cool, cool. Thank you so much. All right, anybody else? The thing is, you know what, when have a re-listen to this. There's been lots of juicy nuggets. When we have a point of view about anything, ask yourself, are you committed to holding on a point of view, this point of view? And who am I committed to? Who am I creating this for? Hey, Anne-Marie, welcome. Who am I committed to? Who am I creating this commitment for? And would you be willing to let it go? Because a lot of the things that have been popping up today is, are you willing to actually let it go? Are you committed to holding on to your story? Right? Can I talk about actualization, Nemrata says. Actualization is putting things into this reality. That's what actualization is. You know, how do I manipulate this reality to my advantage? What's required that I actualize? Right? Well, it could be that I require to actualize a whole bunch of money to pay my credit cards. Could be that I require to actualize something cozy to wear. Could be that I require to actualize something nurturing to drink. I require those of myself. Actualization is what you require of yourself to manipulate this reality to your advantage. I hope that assists you, Nemrata. Right? What do you require in this reality? And what do you require beyond this reality? Right? Because are you committed to creating beyond this reality would be my question. Yeah. Dorit, can you tell me about you being a coach and what package you have right now? I love you. Dorit, go to www.susanlazarhart.com. Go to Congruent Living Coaching. What I can tell you right now, pardon me, is if this is of interest to you, what I do is I work with people and really getting the clarity that they require and how they'd like to create and what they'd like to create. And we meet every other week for 45 minutes. The sessions are recorded, so to be listened to again and again and again. You have access to me 24/7 through Voxer. I was looking for my phone, but I'm talking into my phone. So that if something pops for you in between our sessions, I'm right there for you. We have a Google Doc in which I actually, we record your home play, so you can go back over the months and see what worked, what didn't work, and actually get a sense of who you are now compared to who you were when you first started working with me, right? It's changed so many people's lives. It's about just totally being present. What is it that you're asking to create? I would say the majority of my clients come to me when they're in their midlife and they're asking, okay, is this all there is? Right? Is this all there is, Susan? So we'll start, what is your foundation? Right? What is it that you're asking to create from here? And where would you like to be 6 months from now? Because when I work with people, it's a 6-month commitment. I'm there for you 100%, and it actually creates greater so that the client can see where they've been, where they're going, and where we are now. And yes, there have been so many successes, so many different ways of being. I can tell you the clients here, if you want to check in with them, Tessa has been a client with me. Muscan is a client with me. I'm so grateful for all of you for choosing more, for choosing greater. So I'm sure they wouldn't mind if you wanted to write them and ask them, hey, what was that like working with Susan? And there's also, comments on the Congruent Living Coaching. My suggestion for you is that read that, what it's all about. It's a little bit more in depth, and get on the calendar, right? Get on. There's an Acuity link on Congruent Living Coaching. Get on the calendar and let's have a chat. Let's have an exploratory session and see if we're a good fit, right? Because that's also very important for me. Dorit, did that give you the information that you're looking for? Right, and for everybody, just go to SusanLazarHart.com. Congruent Living Coaching is on there. That's my website, and check it out. Are you willing to commit to you, to the changes you've been asking for, to a shift you've been asking for? Ooh, I got a thumbs up from Dorit. Thank you so much. Right, Congruent Living Coaching was created for that. It's laser coaching. You know, we don't mess around, and there's home play, and you've got me as your accountability buddy as well. So I've got your back for sure, for sure, for sure. Thanks for asking, Dorit. Yay, yay, yay. I look forward to you giving me some feedback, Dorit. Let me see how this rolls for you. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, on Wednesday, we're going to be having Congruency Quickies. For those of you who are new to Congruent Living, please come in with your response. Please come in with your questions. I read this every day, and continue the conversation. Continue the conversation. Go to Ask Susan TV. I'll put the link here, where you also press follow, ring the bell, and write in a comment or two for which Ask Susans actually pop for you. Because again, I check in every day. I'm so grateful for you. You're the reason why we are here together. They say where two or more are gathered, more is created. And that's what it's about, creating greater. So live boldly, love greatly, and be that fearless leader that you came here to be. Because the world needs more of you and not less. All right? I adore you all. Dorit, get on an Acuity and you'll find out all this information, right? Get in on a conversation. Commit to change. I wonder what that could create. All right, I adore you all, and I will see you on Wednesday. I love you too, Namrata. Thank you so much. On my personal page, Susan Lazar Hart with our Congruency Quickie. And I'll see you back here next Sunday for more on commitment. What questions do you have? Write me. I'll include them in next Sunday's Ask Susan Sunday Live. Have a great one. Bye-bye.